In 2024, drug traffickers have an array of digital tools at their disposal, making it easier than ever to connect, coordinate, and conduct their illicit activities. The rise of encrypted messaging apps like WhatsApp, Signal, and Telegram allows traffickers to communicate securely, minimizing the risk of interception by law enforcement. These platforms use end-to-end encryption, which ensures that messages can only be read by the intended recipient, not by anyone else, including the service providers themselves. Furthermore, the dark web provides an anonymous marketplace for the buying and selling of drugs, complete with user reviews and vendor ratings, much like a twisted version of Amazon. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Monero are the currencies of choice in these transactions, offering a layer of anonymity that traditional financial systems lack. Social media platforms have also become a breeding ground for drug trafficking networks. Platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and even TikTok are used to advertise and sell drugs, often disguised as harmless posts or memes. Hashtags and coded language help traffickers evade detection while reaching a broad audience. Additionally, the gig economy has inadvertently provided new avenues for drug distribution. Ride-sharing apps and food delivery services can be exploited to transport drugs under the guise of legitimate work, making it harder for authorities to track and intercept these deliveries. 10 years ago, in 2014, the landscape was significantly different. While the internet was already a critical tool for traffickers, the lack of widespread encryption and the nascent state of the dark web made online drug trafficking riskier and less efficient. Law enforcement agencies had more success intercepting communications, as many traffickers relied on unencrypted emails and phone calls. The dark web was still in its infancy, with limited accessibility and fewer users, making it a less reliable platform for large-scale drug operations. Cryptocurrencies were not as widely adopted, limiting the ability to conduct anonymous transactions. As a result, traffickers had to rely more on traditional methods, like face-to-face meetings and cash transactions, which were riskier and easier to disrupt. Social media was also less of a factor in drug trafficking a decade ago. While platforms like Facebook and Twitter existed, they lacked the user base and the multimedia capabilities of today's platforms. There were fewer opportunities to reach potential customers or network with other traffickers discreetly. The algorithms that now help content go viral were also less sophisticated, making it harder for traffickers to spread their message to a large audience quickly. Furthermore, law enforcement agencies were more focused on traditional communication channels and less aware of the potential for social media to be used for illegal activities. The gig economy was in its early stages in 2014, with services like Uber and DoorDash just beginning to gain popularity. This meant that traffickers did not have the same access to a network of unwitting couriers as they do today. They had to rely on more conventional methods of drug transportation, such as using mules or shipping services, both of which carried a higher risk of detection. The advancements in technology and the proliferation of gig economy services over the past decade have significantly changed the game for drug traffickers, offering them new tools and strategies to evade law enforcement. In summary, the digital revolution has transformed drug trafficking, making it easier for traffickers to connect, communicate, and conduct their operations. Encrypted messaging, the dark web, cryptocurrencies, social media, and the gig economy have all contributed to this shift, providing traffickers with more secure and efficient ways to operate. In contrast, a decade ago, the lack of these technologies made drug trafficking more challenging and riskier, forcing traffickers to rely on traditional methods that were easier to disrupt. The evolution of these tools has not only made it easier for traffickers to connect, but also more difficult for law enforcement to keep up.